Hello, it is 9 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition. For tonight headlines, we have towards humanitarian management of migration flows in Obok. For the international scene, fires becomes most devastating in U.S. in more than one century. Welcome to our newsroom. Prime Minister His Excellency Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed, accompanied by his Chief of Staff and International Organization for Migration Delegation, made a working visit to Obok this morning. The visit is of particular importance in the context of migration management. On arrival, a high-ranking delegation is awaited the Prime Minister, including the Prefect of Obok, Musa Adam Migane, the representative of the Obok Regional Council, Muhammad Hamadou, the EOM Djibouti representative, Tanja Pacifico, as well as a number of prominent figures from the region, Colonel Ilyas Umar Yusuf, Colonel, the Lieutenant Colonel of the National Police, Kamil Muhammad Ali, and the commanders of the Obok Gendarmerie Brigade were also on hand to extend a warm welcome to the Prime Minister. A fruitful working meeting followed during which Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed exchanged the views with the Obok EOM team. Discussions focused on assistance for migrants crossing Djibouti in search of a better life in the Gulf of countries. The EOM representative pointed out the EOM is working closely with the Ministry of Interior and the local authorities in Obok to effectively manage the complex situations of migrants. This visit marks the beginning of a deeper reflection on how to effectively manage migratory flows while guaranteeing the safety working hand in hand to shape a brighter future for those seeking to cross Djibouti in their quest for a better future. For his part, Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed stressed the need to review the strategy put in place by EOM with a view to finding appropriate solution for the migrants who flock to Djibouti in the hope of reaching the Gulf countries. This visit is a significant step towards closer cooperation between the Djibouti government and EOM to tackle these complex challenges and find sustainable solutions. Due to its strategic geographical position, the Obok region has become a crucial transit point for many migrants in search of better opportunities. Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed thus demonstrates his commitment to a concerted approach to tackling this precious humanitarian issue. And then the Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed had the opportunity to see for himself the plastic recycling unit set up by EOM, warmly welcomed by the Prefect of Obok, Musa Adam Migani, as well as the EOM representative in Djibouti, Ms. Tanja Pacifico, and her team. Prime Minister embarked on a guided tours on the solid waste recycling center. During his visit, the Prime Minister had the opportunity to obtain detailed explanations from those in charge of the center, highlighting the crucial role it places in preserving the environment. The Obok factory, freshly modernized with the installations of a new machinery, is preparing for an exciting new phase. The receptions of this staff of the art equipment will enable the transformations of the city's plastic waste into the paver of various shapes and sizes, offering a sustainable solution for the waste management and the creation of useful products. This visit illustrated the government's commitment to environmental protection and sustainable development, as well as its willingness to support innovative initiatives such as this plastic recycling unit, which contributes to both the preservation of our planet and the promotion of a thriving circular economy. The EOM representative expressed her sincere greetings to the Prime Minister. Ms. Tanja Pacifico thanked the Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed for accepting the invitation, underlining the importance of his visit in order to learn about the International Organization for Migration's work in Djibouti, in Obok. The Minister of Youth and Culture, Dr. Hiba Momin Asowi, this morning closed the celebrations of the International Youth Day at the Gadile Resort Hotel on August 12 each year. The theme chosen for this year's is green skills for young people towards a sustainable world. The colorful ceremony was attended by the ministers, officials, and personalities from the Tajura regions, representative of sectoral ministries and partners, notably representative of the United Nations System Coordination Offices and UNDP. The event was attended by the Secretary of State for Investment and Development of the private sector, Safia Mohammed Ali Gadile, and the prefect of the region, Mohammed Hamad Abbas, the vice president of the regional council, Abdul Umar Abdul Qadir, and the secretary general of the Ministry of the Environmental and Sustainable Development, the honorable member of the parliament for Rwanda, and the acting coordinator of the United Nations system. The event was also attended by over 100 young people from the Tajara regions, Ali Sabih and Obok region, who benefited from trainings on the green and blue economies, and the club the Jeunes Entrepreneurs de Tajara, who also took part in the exhibitions and sale of products made in Tajara. The representative of the United Nations System Coordination Offices also gave a speech on the occasions of the International Youth Day on the trainings and promotional activities launched last June as part of the MGC summer activities. After a short musical performance focused on rich discussions with the young people on the challenges of sustainable development and job opportunities, the traditional family forum brought the sessions to a close. The Secretary of State in charge of investment and private sector development spoke next on the trainings and promotional activities launched last June as part of young people on the challenges on sustainable development and job opportunities. This session is closed with the family forum. In his speech, the Minister of Culture and Youth indicated that through this International Youth Day, his department wanted to highlight a major issue, the professional integrations of young people through broader awareness programs and promotions of job opportunities in two key sectors of sustainable development, the blue economy and the green economy. Continuing the traditions of the closing summer games, the Badoita Ela Youth Association closed its summer games this afternoon in the most remote localities of Obok, in the Obok region, launched some 2 months ago. These games were a real discovery, a festive and sporting atmosphere, a joy shared between the young holiday makers and the young people of this locality. The organizers presented a variety of traditional games, including the Burda, Afar Koso, traditional wrestling, and in parallel football. This competition took place in the perfect harmony to the great satisfaction of the organizers and the local population. The event took place in the presence of the dynamic young Sub-Prefect Muhammad Ibrahim, the Deputy Director General of the NPS, Mr. Ahmed Ali, and the director of region is Yusuf Abdallah, the director of sports complex and training is Mr. Hassan Kako, the village chief and the village elders. With this initiative, which stems from the roadmap of the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, the Secretary of State in charge of sport, Hassan Mohammed Kamil, aims to promote the practice of physical and sporting activity through the national territories, which is also one of the priority on his strategic plan for the development of national sport. For the international scene, Saudi Arabia first ambassador to Palestine hands over his credential. Yesterday, Saturday, Saudi Arabia's ambassador to Jordan, Naif bin Bandar al-Sudairi, handed over a copy of his credential to Mr. Majid Khalidi, advisor to the Palestinian President for Diplomatic Affairs, a non-resident ambassador extraordinary and plenipotentiary to the State of Palestine. The official Palestinian agency stated that the original credential will be presented to the President of the State of Palestine, Mahmoud Abbas, in the near future, in the very near future. For its part, the Saudi press agency reported that the two sides went on to discuss bilateral relations between the two brotherly countries and ways of strengthening and developing them in various files. In a brief statement, Ambassador Naif bin Bandar al-Sudairi said that the move had far-reaching implications and reflected the desires of the custodians of the two holy mosques and the crown princes to strengthen relations with the broader state of Palestine in all files. The fire that claimed 89 lives in Hawaii is the deadliest in more than a century. The death toll from fires on one of the Hawaiian islands of Maui has risen to 89. The state's governor, Josh Green, announced that the press conference, according to the governors, the natural fires on the island of Maui had become the deadliest in the U.S. in more than a century. That said, the death toll is expected to continue rising. According to the latest information, more than 2,200 buildings have been destroyed in 1918 forest fires in Minnesota killed 453 people. The natural fires in 1871 in Wisconsin, which according to the newspapers claimed more than 1,100 lives, are considered the deadliest in the U.S. history. The wildfires broke out on Wednesday on the island of Maui, one of the smallest islands of the Hawaiian archipelago. Due to the strong winds, the fire quickly spread to the tourist towns of Lahaina. The towns eventually burned to the ground, and its inhabitants threw themselves into the ocean to escape the flames. They were rescued by Coast Guard and volunteers. And this is the end of this edition. Thank you for your loyalty. Enjoy the rest of the programs on the Djibouti television.